Every day, we hear terrible stories and heartbreaking news that might make us lose faith in people and in the society in which we live. However, not all stories have to be like that. Good things can also happen, bringing us joy and filling our hearts with hope. Landon Narvaez was a 7-year-old boy who lived a humble and happy life in Ansonia, Connecticut, with his grandmother, a kind 70-year-old lady named Gwendolyn Narvaez, who'd been taking care of her grandson since he was only 4 years old. Unfortunately, little Landon's parents were tragically killed in a car accident on their way home from a long day at work. They both worked in a small restaurant downtown. Landon's father was a cook while his mother was the head waitress and kept the house and orders under control. The couple died on the spot, leaving their only son an orphan and breaking the hearts of their family and everyone who knew them. Luckily, Landon was not alone, and his grandmother, on his father's side, was able to take care of him and give him a decent life, despite the tragedy that would always accompany the family and the economic difficulties they'd have to go through to do so. Mrs. Gwendolyn was a very strong woman with an affable and optimistic character despite her age and the wear and tear of leading a long life of work and hardship. A spirit that her grandson took as an example and that made the child grow up being happy despite being well aware of the complicated place in the world they occupied and the difficulties he was going to have to face from a very young age to survive. "Grandma, why can't we go out to eat at the restaurant or to the movies on weekends like other children do?" The boy once asked his grandmother, seeing they never went out on weekends, nor could they indulge themselves. The economy of a widowed and retired woman didn't work miracles, and many times, Landon had to deprive himself of things that the other children had. Although the boy had never complained and had come to terms with his difficult situation, there were times when he couldn't help but ask himself some questions that his grandmother tried to answer. "Honey, we may just not be able to go to the movies every weekend or go eat at a nice restaurant on our birthday, but none of that really is important, and you know why? Because the most valuable things in life can't be bought. Love and family are priceless. We may not have a wallet full of bills, but we have each other. I already feel the richest of people for having you, my love." His grandmother explained to him gently, trying to make him understand that money and the things of value weren't important. "I understand, Grandma. You don't have to apologize for anything. It's more important for me to be with you than have a room full of toys," the boy answered honestly while hugging his grandma. Landon never complained about having less and only asked for what he really needed, as he knew very well they couldn't afford any more. And it was precisely this feeling that led little Landon to carry out a beautiful project, with which he wanted to help his grandmother with the expenses and show the rest of the children the real value of things and how difficult it can be to get them set up for people. Set up a lemonade stand to raise money. When Landon turned 7, he wanted to be able to buy the latest Adidas sneakers, a beautiful blue sneaker that Landon had seen on other children, and it was constantly advertised on TV. The little boy knew that his grandmother wouldn't be able to buy them, and since he didn't want to make her feel bad about not being able to offer him the shoes for his birthday, he came up with the idea of setting up a lemonade and cookie stand to raise money to buy the shoes. An idea that his grandmother saw with very good eyes and that would make her feel very proud of the responsible and mature child Landon was becoming. "With my lemonade stand, I'll get enough money to buy those expensive sneakers, Granny, you'll see. You don't have to worry about anything," the little boy said enthusiastically as he set up his stand in the street in front of his house. What neither the boy nor his grandmother could know is that his little lemonade stand was going to give them one of the biggest surprises of their lives, an event that would touch everyone and make us all become believers in miracles again. It all happened during a beautiful summer's day. It was Landon's second day setting up his lemonade and cookie stand for the neighborhood, and he was very happy because he'd already raised $25 in his first day of selling. The morning was passing normally. It was warm but not too hot, and many neighbors had already stopped by to order a glass of lemonade at the little Narvaez stand. Landon was getting ready to pack up and go home for lunch when suddenly an unexpected visitor arrived at his little lemonade stand. A thirsty police officer appeared in front of his stand and asked for 2 large glasses of lemonade along with a bag of cookies. Also, if you have not done so already, please subscribe to our channel and click that notification bell to get inspired by these real-life stories every day. Now, back to the story. It was Officer Jay Perez of the Ansonia Police Department, a well-known police officer in the area who decided to pay a surprise visit to Landon's post and asking for a cool drink to help him cope with the summer heat. During their conversation, Agent Perez asked Landon what plans he had for the money he earned on the job. With his innocent charm, Landon revealed his intention to buy a pair of blue Adidas brand sneakers for school. "I want to get the money so I can buy those sneakers and help my grandmother with the expenses. Just me and her, you know. I know that she's always very worried about money and making sure I don't lack anything. She's taught me in life you have to work hard to get what you want, and that's what I do. The more cookies and glasses of lemonade I sell, the better," Landon explained enthusiastically, smiling all the while. The boy was visibly nervous about talking to a policeman for the first time, but even his nerves didn't stop him from explaining his mission and how proud he was of it. "I think your initiative is wonderful, little one. I also grew up in a humble family, and my family had the same values that your grandmother has taught you. I'm very proud of you, Landon. I wish you the best of luck." A smiling Agent Perez told him, congratulating him on his honorable task. After their pleasant chat, Agent Perez took his leave, grabbed his cookies and lemonade, and continued with his duties. After taking a break for lunch, Landon set out to continue selling lemonade, and to everyone's surprise, Agent Perez returned to Landon's lemonade stand shortly thereafter. This time, however, the policeman didn't come to buy more lemonade or cookies, but had a special surprise for the boy, a gift he'd never forget. "This gift is for you. You've earned it. I hope you enjoy them very much and never forget how important it is to value the effort our families make when we're little," the agent explained to him while giving him a box wrapped in red wrapping paper. To Landon's delight, Agent Perez presented him with the same pair of blue sneakers the boy was saving for. This unexpected gesture created a touching moment that undoubtedly made Landon's day and captivated everyone present. "Wow, I can't believe it! They're for me, sir? Really? You don't know how happy this makes me," the child exclaimed, full of joy as he contemplated his gift and seemed not to believe what had just happened. "Of course they're for you. You have proven to be a very mature kid who knows the value of things. This is my way of repaying your efforts and helping you and your granny. You don't have to thank me. I'm happy to," replied Agent Perez, very happy to have made the child so happy. Landon couldn't stop smiling after receiving this unexpected gift. "Thank you, sir, so much. I'll never forget this gift. Shall we take a picture, please?" asked the excited child. The agent couldn't refuse and took a picture with the boy while holding his precious new slippers in his hands. "Thank you. I'll keep this picture forever. I'll even frame it. If you don't mind, I'm going to tell my grandma everything. We live next door and I'm sure she'll be really happy," the boy commented, running off to show the gift to his grandmother. "Of course, my boy. Have a good one," the police officer said goodbye, getting into his car and continuing his surveillance work. What the boy didn't know was that his grandmother, who'd been watching her grandson from the window all day, had seen everything and had rushed to record the whole encounter, which she'd later publish on Facebook. Because Mrs. Narvaez might be 70 years old, but she never wanted to be left behind when it came to new technologies and knew how to handle social media with total fluency. Landon's grandmother wanted to express her deep gratitude and respect for Agent Perez on Facebook, writing a beautiful text that no one could miss and that would touch millions of people. The elderly woman mentioned in her post how most people talk about negative situations instead of focusing on the goodness and beautiful events that every day flood the planet with hope. She explained that she was pleased and blessed by the officer's kindness towards her grandson and wanted to pass on the wonderful experience between Landon and Officer Perez through her post. In the post, Grandma Narvaez wrote, "Yesterday, Agent Perez made my baby's day, and not only that, he made him feel like a king. There is no greater gift for a grandmother than to see her grandson happy, and that man whom we had never met before gave him a gift we'll never forget. Thank God for such kind men like Agent Perez." Along with a text, Narvaez also posted a photo of Landon in which he was beaming with joy while proudly sporting his new blue sneakers. The grandmother's post went viral in a matter of hours, quickly filling up with positive comments blessing the cop and applauding his kindness. The success was so great that even Ansonia's Chief of Police Wayne Williams praised Officer Perez for his act of compassion, stating that officers like him are the ones they aspire to hire and the best example for all young people who want to become police officers to follow. The kindness of this police officer is the example we need to teach our young people. The police and the community should help each other and not live at odds. Officer Perez has shown that a man's good heart is above any prejudice, wrote Police Chief Wayne Williams. Officer Perez's kindness to Landon Narvaez offers a new and refreshing perspective on the current relationship between the police and the community. For while negative stories surrounding the police are often heard, heartwarming stories such as Officer Perez's act of kindness often go unnoticed. This beautiful anecdote exemplifies the positive impact police officers can have on their communities, highlighting the potential for creating stronger bonds and fostering goodwill. Did you like this touching and surprising story? If so, we invite you to leave us a comment expressing your opinion. If you want to continue enjoying inspiring stories like this one, subscribe to our channel or check out the other videos shown at the bottom of the screen. Thank you for your cooperation.